there are more people outside protesting, getting ready to, and honestly, look, folks, I'm not advocating for anything here, but I honestly think that there is going to be mass mayhem in Chicago tonight. We just had 20 or 30 people shot. 5 people died this last weekend alone. That's with all the added security there for the DNC. This is still happening. I mean, Chicago's more deadly than Iraq when I was there. And they're going to hold an actual political conference there on the basis of unity, law and order in America. This is so unbelievable. And it's just like that. Democrats acknowledge that Walz work, too. And they just built them all around the DNC in anticipation for the, 100,000 protesters that are expected to just descend on this convention that's kicking off today. Folks, these are left-wing funded organizations. Republicans aren't doing this. And the party that was like 5 minutes ago wanted to defund all the police, have the street lined with police officers. Yeah, you want the contrast between the two parties here, folks? Here it is. Look, this is it. At the RNC, all the local businesses, they were open, they were booming because people that were coming there were, abiding by the neat thing called the law, and business increased and commerce increased. At the DNC, though, these businesses are terrified. They are literally boarding up their windows because they're terrified of getting destroyed in what are probably going to amount to riots tonight. You shouldn't have to board up your stores for a political convention, especially not from the party that proclaimed to be party of tolerance. Democrats do, though. You want that for the whole country? Go ahead and vote Democrat in November. And when I read this, I thought this was comedy, but it is real, folks. Planned Parenthood is offering free vasectomies and abortions on site at the Democrat convention. Oh, hey there, honey. You want to go catch a political convention? Maybe get neutered to fight climate change? Sure thing, sweetheart. Let me grab my capri pants. Let's go. You guys, you want to snip yourselves out of existence? Be my guest. Feel free to eliminate what little testosterone you have left in your party. And just before Kamala made her way there, too, she and Tim Walz reportedly, this is according to a Pennsylvania county councilman, they cleared out a Sheetz gas station, which, by the way, keep in mind, the Biden-Harris administration is suing Sheetz because of criminal background checks for their employees. Anyway, so she clears those out so she can get a bag of Doritos on camera, and then goes to a diner, which they also cleared out, and then they bust in their own people instead so they wouldn't get booed, so they could have a photo op. And then they got on a plane, didn't talk to any locals, and bounced. Went out to the DNC. It's really unbelievable. Not as unbelievable as the fact that Biden is set to speak about unity today, which is ironic because his own party just threw him out with the bathwater. There's U-Hauls parked outside the White House right now. The Democrat Party is incapable of being coherent or have policies, or especially not capable of being moderate, because they have to appease these radical protesters that are outside that convention right now. Maybe that's why we have yet to hear from Kamala in a press conference, because she doesn't want to face that question. And when we do hear from her, it's the same speech.
We know there's a duality to the nature of democracy. On the one hand, incredible strength when it is intact.
I think that there's a duality to the nature of democracy. When it's intact, oh, it's so strong.
Why? Somebody just gave her that word. She's like, oh, I like the word duality. The nature of our, this is what she does. She just regurgitates things. She has no idea what she's talking about. Look, this might have worked in 1805 before light bulbs, but we have the internet now. You didn't think anybody would notice this? Even crazier, on the opening day of the party's convention, the unelected Democrat nominee, obviously, her campaign website still doesn't have a single position on it. The DNC has a page, though. The first point they make is a statement of apology for stealing Native American lands. Really? This, again, look, name me one civilization in the history of Earth that didn't make its mark by conquering someone somewhere else. Okay, also, this is like over 200 years ago. Of course they're offering vasectomies at the door. This is their mentality. We talked about this policy problem with Kamala last week. She's adopting some Trump-Vance policies, like the no tax on tips. She's adopting another one, like bigger child tax credit. And this was great. She criticized Vance for this policy like 4 weeks ago. And the media all fell like, Vance wants child tax credits. Here's why that's difficult. They just could not talk enough smack about it. But then when Kamala Harris says it, it was all roses. I mean, look at this. It was unbelievable to me. And none of this detracts from the fact that the other policies not ripped off of the Trump campaign are a fundamental pillar of socialism. Look, Harris to propose federal ban on corporate price gouging in food and grocery. Hey, it's price fixing, folks. Take a look. And this is from me doing 7.5 seconds of research that apparently her entire campaign and administration couldn't be bothered to do. Quote, conventional grocery stores have a profit margin of 2.2%, making them one of the least profitable industries in the U.S. Who are you going to cap? You know in 2013, who capped food prices, right? But price fixing? Nicolas Maduro. And inflation rose by over 1 million percent. It's like a wheelbarrow to buy a loaf of bread. That happened over 10 years. Everything they are saying this week out in Chicago, all the Democrats, it has failed everywhere. And Kamala wants to do the same thing with housing.
In addition, while we work on the housing shortage, my administration will provide first-time home buyers with $25,000 to help with the down payment on a new home.
This is how economically illiterate she is. Increasing the supply of money without increasing the supply of the commodity is literally how you got inflation in the first place. She's promising to build 3 million new homes in 4 years also. How? How are you going to do that? You spent $7 billion to build 8 functional car charging stations in 4 years. How are you going to build 3 million houses? These people cannot get out of their own way. This is the theme of the week. Feel-good policies, empty promises, and they will tell you, the economy's great. That's what they're going to do this whole week. But I go back to the Moneyball. You ever seen that movie, The Moneyball? It's a theory from there. It says, if he hits good, why doesn't he hit good? If the economy's good, why doesn't it feel good? We are covering the DNC, folks, because we want you to see it so you can show everybody else you know how crazy this is. This week will be a microcosm of your entire country if Democrats get elected. Chicago this week is what the entire nation will look like. It is absolutely real.